lot of respect for him, what he's done in the ring. Got a good team around him, but he can't Tank.
I think that Tank against Shakur is one of the biggest fights in the sport. I think Tank is so exceptional, it's going to take someone as good as Shakur to give him a real fight. And I love that.
As rumors grew about a possible Shakur Stevenson versus Tank Davis showdown, Leonard Ellerbe and Eddie Hearn got into a heated exchange. The argument focused on one question: whether Gervonta Davis could actually beat Shakur Stevenson.
I think Tank is so exceptional, it's going to take someone as good as Shakur to give him a real fight. And I love that fight. I love that.
What? Shakur can't beat Tank.
I disagree.
He beat all the other fighters.
I disagree.
He can't
I disagree.
Tank
loses rounds.
Tank decides to do what he wants to in certain fights.
We can have a big bet on that fight.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
I think Shakur's the man to beat him.
Shakur cannot Tank. He's a very good fighter. A lot of respect for him, what he's done in the ring. Got a good team around him, but he can't Tank. Can't beat Tank.
I disagree with you on that.
Can't beat Tank.
On top of that, Leonard Ellerbe stressed that Tank Davis has won every single fight inside the ring, but noted that the business side of boxing works differently. He also said Tank always pulls in a lot of attention, and suggested that a fight with Shakur Stevenson is just a matter of when, not if.
In the ring, but the business is always different. You know, we all know what Tank brings to the table. Tank, every time he comes out, you get this. You know, so he's going to keep on doing what he's doing. Inevitably, those two will...
He also cautioned that Davis' punching power could turn everything around with just one well-placed hit.
I think I don't know how good the fight will be, but I think Shakur is, again, like pound for pound, IQ-wise, I think he's even up there with a Terrence and those kind of guys. You know, I think the difference with Boots is he's got the defensive mastercraft, and he also has the aggressive power to turn your lights out, and I think that's quite different. Do you know what I mean? Like Shakur, I say defensive. I think that's a bit harsh on Shakur, but he's not a huge puncher, but defensively and skill-wise, he's right up there.
He's a real technical fighter.
Oh, phenomenal.
However, Leonard Ellerbe backed Gervonta Davis in a possible matchup with Shakur Stevenson, pointing to Tank's mindset, hunger, and knockout power as major strengths.
Like, he went out there and he worked his ass off. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't put, and you have a number of great fighters out there, and this is no slight on everybody else, but he just had a different kind of mindset. He was cut differently. He was cut like he never made a dime. You know what I mean? So I think that's what kind of separated him. Yeah. Where he took his career very, very seriously. Not saying everybody else doesn't, but he was just different, had a different kind of mind.
He was just cut from a different cloth. He was cut like he never earned a single dollar. You know what I mean. So I think that is what made him stand apart. Well, he took his career very, very seriously. Not saying others do not, but he was just different. He had another kind of mindset. Gervonta Davis also warned that once an opponent gets within his reach, the fight can end in a flash. He pointed out his skill at slowly breaking fighters down and then suddenly changing pace to land a fight-ending shot.
If I get him where I need him to be, he's gonna sleep for sure. Soften him up.
On the other side, Shakur Stevenson made it clear that his hardest fight is with himself, saying that once he got past his own barriers, nobody else in the division could stop him. He brushed off outside names as unimportant, respected the skill of other boxers, but firmly stated that he sees himself as the best in the sport.
Now, it's only one guy at the top, and it's me. It's me versus me. Once I'm conquering myself, none of these dudes got a chance, so I don't care who you name. Hell of a fighters, I'll never take nothing away from them. I enjoy watching them, but I'm the best.
Shakur also acknowledged Gervonta Davis as one of boxing's biggest stars, noting that his reputation gives him the power to choose his opponents. He also made it clear that the fight could happen anytime as long as both teams truly want to get it done. The biggest star in the world, one of the biggest stars in the world.
Biggest star in the world, one of the biggest stars in the world. So with him being at that top spot, he can pick and choose who he wants to fight. If he want to fight this guy, he can fight this guy. So, and my brain is like, just say you want to fight and we can make it happen at any game.
Additionally, Timothy Bradley called Gervonta Davis a risky fighter, but said he could face real trouble if he meets someone who holds their ground. He noted that when Davis cannot hurt his opponent, it can begin to wear on him mentally, even while he keeps looking for a knockout. Bradley pointed to this pattern in fights, such as the Pitbull Cruz matchup, and under Roach's training influence.
Tank is scary, man. He's scary. Where is Tank? I feel Tank can be exposed when a guy is resolute. When he can't hurt you, it does something to him psychologically. Now, it won't stop him from trying to knock you out, but I can tell it does something to him psychologically when he hits you and you don't go anywhere. I noticed that when he fought against Pitbull Cruz. I noticed that in the Roach fight as well.
On the other hand, Terrence Crawford recognized Gervonta Davis as a very talented and well-respected fighter, but made it clear that Shakur Stevenson brings a different kind of problem. He suggested that Davis would not be able to hit Stevenson the way he does against most opponents, even while some try to downplay Shakur's record, and noted that Stevenson is already a world champion in 3 weight classes.
Building on that, Sean Porter believes a matchup with Shakur Stevenson would force Gervonta Davis to depend heavily on ring IQ and tactical choices. He emphasized that real quality shows when a fighter can adjust under pressure, and Stevenson's style would constantly...
And he's definitely got that it. And, yeah, he's definitely respected in boxing. But Shakur is a different fighter. You know, Shakur is different. You know, people may call him boring. People may say he can't punch. But they say the same thing about Floyd. Because they defensive fighters. Yeah. Tank is not going to be able to hit Shakur like he hit everybody else. And he know that. He knows that. That's why he's like, he's boring. He's this, he's that. He's trying to diminish everything that Shakur have done so it's not marketable. But he can't do that because Shakur...
Adding to that, Sean Porter thinks a fight with Shakur Stevenson would push Gervonta Davis to rely a lot on his ring intelligence and game plan decisions. He stressed that true skill comes through when a fighter can adapt under pressure, and Stevenson's style would keep forcing Davis to adjust throughout the match.
With a fight with Shakur, you're going to see this boxing style that you don't usually get from Tank. You're going to see IQ. We saw IQ, but to me, it was low IQ because you see somebody's IQ take place when a fighter makes an adjustment, and now you have to adjust to what that fighter is doing, and that's kind of where you see
who's smart.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think my fight with Terrence shows a very high level of IQ from both of us. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And that's what Tank is going to do with Shakur. He's going to come into the ring and be a different version of himself than he's had to.
At the same time, a boxing analyst pointed out that Gervonta Davis is known for always grabbing attention because of his knockout power. But he noted that a fight with Shakur Stevenson would be a different kind of challenge, much like Deontay Wilder facing Tyson Fury. He added that when Davis cannot score a knockout, his own power can turn into a problem, creating frustration that might throw off his flow inside the ring.
Don't always get paid anytime he feel like fighting because he got that knockout ratio. But when he come across Shakur Stevenson, I'm going to say it here on the front page, and Tank, I love you, brother, and still would love to talk to you. But when you get in there with Shakur, it's going to remind me of Deontay Wilder fighting Tyson Fury. Because what you gonna do when you come across a motherfucker you can't knock out? Only thing you gonna do is just get more frustrated.
In the same way, Abdullah Mason favored Shakur Stevenson in a possible matchup with Gervonta Davis, pointing to Stevenson's precise punching and top-tier technical ability as key advantages. He added that Davis' most recent performance raised some unanswered questions, while Roach's strong outings lately made him even more confident that Stevenson would probably hold the upper hand.
Who wins if Tank fights Shakur?
Based off the last Tank fight, you know, I'm probably leaning towards Shakur in that one.
Were you surprised at Roach's performance against Tank?
I didn't expect Roach to be as sharp. You know, I knew he was coming with some good work. You know, I knew he could fight. You know, I actually fought his little brother in the amateurs, you know, back then. And I knew that Roach, you know, I knew that he could fight. But before that fight, I'm thinking, you know, Tank was going to kind of do what Roach did. Roach, I feel like he was a little bit sharp.
On top of that, Ado Oladipo stressed that a potential Shakur Stevenson versus Gervonta Davis fight belongs at 135 pounds. He explained that Stevenson already moved up to 140 after the big fights at lightweight never came together. Oladipo added that the real matchup fans have been waiting for is Stevenson against Davis, arguing it means more than fights with Teofimo Lopez or Devin Haney, and called it a long-delayed showdown that has been building in American boxing for years. Shakur Stevenson versus Tank Davis has to happen at 135.
This has to happen at 135. Now, Shakur going to 140, for me, is almost because he can't get the fights he wants at 135. The fight he wants is Tank Davis. He wants to fight Tank. And I'm telling you now, for American boxing, there might not be anything bigger. Shakur versus Tank is mad. Like Shakur versus Tio is good, but for the culture, Shakur versus Tank is the fight everyone wants to see. It's a fight we wanted to see for a long time now. I'd say about 3 or 4 years. Not Shakur versus Devin or Tank versus Devin no, Shakur versus Tank is what everyone wants.
This is the fight people have wanted to see for a long time now. I would say about 3 or 4 years. Not Shakur versus Devin or Tank versus Devin. No, Shakur versus Tank is what everyone wants to see. On the other side, discussions about a Shakur Stevenson versus Ashik Foster matchup have started to pick up steam, quietly building tension in the division. Many see it as a style clash between Stevenson's accuracy and Foster's calm technical method.
Do it at 40, we can do it at 35, whichever one you want to do. That's a big fight. We can do it right here in Houston.
Shakur Stevenson made it clear he had no respect for the situation, waving off the discussion with frustration. He said he had already taken care of everyone in his way, but pointed to one rival as someone he was even more ready to face outside the ring.
No, we'll see in the future. I don't know. I beat all these guys up, but that dude right there, I really kind of want to beat him up outside the ring.
At the same time, Ashik Foster leaned into the rivalry, showing no worry about the growing tension around the matchup. He explained that pressure and emotions do not disturb him and instead help him stay focused. Foster added that the heated buildup only pushes him more and brings out his finest performance.
They call me ice water, man. I'm gonna come in smooth every time. I like that, I like the build up. I like the animosity that came with it. And it just raises my game. It pushed me to another.
Sharing his thoughts on this possible fight, Showbiz agreed that Stevenson is a very talented fighter, but said that Foster's own belief in himself is the main thing. He added that Foster's strong mental attitude could make him a danger no matter what others expect, noting that self-confidence often turns underdogs into real threats.
But my thing is, it doesn't matter what I think. That's what I love. Shakur Foster feel that he's going to tax Shakur Stevenson, give him BTA. And that's the only one who has to believe it. Let me tell you, you believe it, you can achieve it. So shout out to Foster, because Foster may do something that I don't expect. He said that he'll whoop Shakur.
The funny thing is, meanwhile, Tim Bradley pointed out that Shakur Stevenson currently does not have a confirmed opponent and pushed for a fight with Ashik Foster to be made official. He also suggested Houston, Texas as the perfect place, calling it a big domestic showdown that would pull in a lot of fan interest.
Shakur still ain't got no dance partner. They need to fight. They need to fight. In Texas, in Houston. That'll be one of the biggest fights in Houston. Shakur Foster and Shakur.
At the same time, Stephen Bremen favored Shakur Stevenson in the matchup, explaining that a smaller fighter moving up in weight would struggle to outbox him. He pointed to Stevenson's top-level technical command and noted that winning clear boxing exchanges against him is very hard. Bremen also recognized Ashik Foster's ability, but stressed that matching Stevenson's overall standard would still be a big challenge.
It's going to be very difficult to be smaller than Shakur and coming up and beat him, because you got to put some kind of just that dense body weight and just physical strength on him to just complete. If it's really hard to outbox him, so I don't. Shakur Foster can box his ass off, but I don't know if he can box at the level of being able to outbox Shakur Stevenson. You know what I'm saying? So that's a different level.
Alright everyone, stay tuned for the latest in boxing news, highlights, events and stories. Subscribe to Glove Lard and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Be sure to watch our other videos too. Until next time, take care and stay safe.